Homo from Exknee and Slime, featuring Slime Fox from OCD Productions. 27 minutes past 12 o'clock, and we have George in the building. George, welcome.
What's good, Becky K?
I'm excited every time when I see you because I know I'm about to learn.
That's right, Capitalk FM.
Thank
Thank you so much. Harare's Heartbeat, 100.4 FM. And hustle hard on that Monday to get you provoked, inspired, and equipped.
That's
so
true.
that you can be the best version that Elohim, the Most High God, created you to be.
Ooh, okay. Are we there already?
That's right.
Are we there already? All right, George. So just quick in and out before we get into today's topic. How compassionate are you?
Very compassionate.
Like, would you stop if you saw a fight, try to break it?
No. I did that sometime with a good friend of mine, and I ended up getting a blow. So can I my fight? Trust you me. Unless moon was like that, otherwise you don't get yourself involved with fights.
Yeah.
Because you can end up getting provoked, and then a lot happens. So fights, no, I don't. But if I see somebody with a flat tire. Somebody who needs help.
Someone in trouble.
It's important to help.
Okay.
Of course, at good times, that is not at night. At night is
no.
Not the best time
I was not going to sleep well on Saturday if we did not pass by and try and figure out if this guy was okay, because we didn't know what happened. It could have been Mbava. You know what I mean?
All right.
And Mnangachi Roa, Angachi Roa, and then it's the scream for me that got me like, no, we need
something's wrong.
Something is wrong. We need to go. And from a man screaming out loud like that,
somebody's seeking help.
Yes, someone is seeking help. So we just quickly passed by with my husband to make sure that this guy was okay. But when we got there, everything was fine. But I went home and I slept very well because I was like, I felt like I did my duty.
That's a good thing.
Yes. Now, getting into duty, your duty is to assist us right here on Hustle Hard on how to stay in business and doing business.
Before we go there, Becky K, I want to give a big shout out. So this weekend was amazing.
Yeah.
There was a lot of sports going on. And I'm part of the Red Army, So big shout out to St. George's College rugby team.
They did good.
That did justice. They were down 12-3 at halftime. They were the underdogs.
Yeah.
So much was being spoken about them. So big shout out to the Red Army. They showed a lion-hearted performance.
Right.
If you're somebody who's in business, trust you me, that performance that they gave over the weekend would have inspired you. Because at halftime, their first half was bad. The ball was literally in their half most of the time. But second half, that determination, that drive, made them at the end of it, win 22-17. So it's amazing that St. George's did us proud this weekend.
Nice,
so big shout out to St. George's Red Dragons, and I'm a St. George's boy and a Prince Edward boy as well. So Prince Edward, Yagaro after Chechu, So it was a very good weekend. It's amazing the level of sporting excellence that we're seeing in high school sports.
Awesome stuff.
It's amazing. So congratulations to Saints and PA.
Yeah, last week we were actually talking about it in terms of winter sports and how we as parents can take part in our children's lives, knowing what it is that they're doing, because not all the children are academic. I'm going to be a businessman, but we don't know what road they're going to take to become a businessman. So support them in whatever it is that they're doing, because maybe in whatever that you're supporting, panombuda something. So kudos to you for supporting that one.
True that.
Awesome stuff. So in celebration of Africa Day, which is on Thursday, 25 May, we want to look at how to do business in Africa. In doing business in Africa, I remember when I did a program for the BBC, it was called Business in Africa, and we were showcasing businesses that thrived during COVID. Because some businesses just shut down, hey?
That's right.
Yes, businesses that had been there like 10 years, 12 years, and you're like, how does a business, 10, 12 years shut down, and then can business get 2-3 years and look at who's thriving? It's thriving during COVID and doing really well. So we want to talk about 5 reasons why businesses fail. Because I know you are doing business in Zimbabwe, yes, but I also know you're doing business across the borders If you didn't want that information known, so I know you are doing businesses across the borders and how to establish yourself in those businesses. So as much as we can cover, let's get into it.
So 5 reasons why businesses fail. Now, you'll find that especially African business, there's so many people where they get an idea of a business and they get into it. But the number one thing as we start our 5 is understanding what business you're getting into. So understanding business knowledge. Okay, what is it actually that you're getting into? Have you done, proper research on the trade that you're in? You find in Zimbabwe, because they're going to jump into it because they saw Becky K selling it and succeeding in it. But do you have the proper business knowledge in that trade you are specifically getting into? Because trust you me, the guys were selling cars. During COVID, there were people doing pharmaceuticals. There's always something that's at heat at the moment, and people want to jump into that. So the number one reason why people fail in business is because they don't have proper business knowledge on the thing that they want to actually do. And because of that, they'll get into it, and sooner than later, they'll run out of steam because they didn't see the returns. They don't have the passion. They don't understand what to write. So, how am I going to get that product in? Is there continuity? Are there good margins in that business? So people, jump into things with lack of business knowledge. And it can stay afloat for 6 months, a year.
Yeah.
But guess what? This is what happens soon after. You don't have the longevity business plan. You're going to die short. And I think we've seen it many years back in 2007 with guys who were, doing these money deals and whatever. Lack of foresight. There are a couple of guys who opened bureau de changes because they were doing certain things.
My uncle was one of them.
That's right. So
it's not there now.
Yeah, you see. So there's certain things that happen in the heat of the moment, and then once it finishes, trust you me, you're going to be in a far worse off place. So the number one thing, understand what product, business you want to be in, and really understand it. Where do you get your product? What are the returns? Is it something that you personally love doing? So number one, you have to have the business knowledge in what you're doing.
Right.
Without that, you're going to be in some serious disaster. Number 2, our favorite saying here at Capitalk 100.4 FM, failing to plan is planning to fail. So Wakatanga business, get this correctly. So many of us cannot construct a house without a plan. Therefore, if you have a business that is running today and you're listening to me, and you don't have a vision or a mission statement about your organization, trust you me, your business that you so call a business is going to be short-lived. You have to be able to say 5 years down the line, this is what we want to be, this is where we want to be at. But majority of people are living at hand to mouth and chamuka inyama, and that's it. But you have to plan that, listen, by 2024, I want to have 2 branches, and you are consistently growing. But if you remain at the same place and you don't plan where you're going to go, trust you me, there are so many people who are doing the exact same business like you, but they have what's called a plan.
Yeah.
And they're going to overtake you. We remember the days, Ana Nokia, Nana Motorola.
Come on.
But they failed to plan and foresee. But if you look at it today, they were hot and by pizza at those times. But if you look at them today, nobody is using any of those brand phones today.
Unless it's like in a museum type of thing.
Yeah, talk my archive.
archive.
5110, 1110, phone yakatanga itamureza. Yeah, but that's that. Other than that, and that's what's going to happen to people who fail to plan in their businesses. Uno pizza right now. Things will go well, but you have to have a forecast vision of exactly where it is you are going so that you can actually, become a better person. Right. Number 3, and this is what I emphasize to everybody, and this is why Becky K, you see me branded all the time, every single day, wherever I am at. The third reason why businesses fail is because of poor marketing. Poor marketing. Companies are failing to market their products and services. And you'll find that, you watch a movie, you watch a soccer game, you watch anything, there are billboards all over you. Some of you are driving, some of you are at home. There's a product being marketed to you every single time you're on TV, you're on your phone, wherever you're at. So you're seeing a product for the very first time every single day, somewhere, somehow, with your interactions. Question to you, who's running a business right now. Are people seeing you, your product, and your service? So I've been going around town doing what we do best. We make the weather behave. You know, we're putting air conditioning units in people's shops all over. But I see there's a lot of competition in the clothing industry.
Lots.
There are malls everywhere.
Everywhere.
So ask yourself this question, you who's listening. What is going to make me come to your shop if you yourself are not marketing your shop where you're at? With all the competition that's in your mall where you are right now. With all the garages that are there. With all the electronic shops. With all the radio channels. With all the... There's certain things that make you specifically go and watch a particular product, movie, and that's marketing. Everybody is influenced by something. Remember that. So what's influencing people to come and buy at your shop? So here at Capital 100.4 FM, we advertised Hustle Hard. This is why majority of people are on here today, because they saw it somewhere. So how do people know where your shop is? How do people know where your products and services are? But you're not marketing. So yeah, you've opened, great, congratulations. You've registered a company. You've got stock from wherever you've got, and your shop is full of stock, but you're not selling. And the greatest way to sell is to market. Now, there's a specific person, which I always love to give reference to, who I deem is the best marketer of all time.
Right.
The best marketer of all time. Now, this particular individual, story time again.
Yes,
this particular individual existed on this planet many years ago. To be specific, 2,000 plus years ago.
Right.
And this particular person, kusina social media, kusina
Managed to
kanachi,
have his name
managed to have his name
spread
across not only Africa,
the world.
the whole wide world.
Over.
And this person did it without internet,
Imagine
without
that.
a phone. But get this correctly, this person did it so well up until today. We know about his particular product and service.
Yes.
And this person's name goes by the name Jesus Christ.
That's it.
And what Jesus did with his product and service, you know, I love how Jesus marketed his product. So Jesus would heal a blind man and say, don't go and tell anybody what I have done.
And he know the blind man is going to go and say something.
He
He was clever.
That's marketing.
Don't tell nobody.
And you know, when you don't go tell, and there's no way you can contain a good thing. So imagine at your business where you are, when you market your product so well, right? People will go and sneeze on your behalf because of the great service or product that you offered them.
Yeah.
But how will they get to know about that product and service? Because other people went and sneezed the goodness that they received at your product and service. You see, that's how Jesus had so many people come to, you know, to his services. Because why not? Do you know? Pane shop yakadai, pane product yakadai, pane radio station yakadai, pane motor yakadai. You know, so everybody is influenced. So it's important that you learn to market your business, your product, your service every single day. This is why I say every day you will see me wearing red, blue, white. You see me wearing Pro Air. I'm either driving a car. I'm either posting about it. I'm either just posting with ndashika pa bus. Because somewhere, somehow, somebody is going to be like, what is this? And guess what? They're going to get interested in your product or service. And if they're not interested, somebody may speak about it during lunch. What ones? You need aircon. Go to Ningi Ningi. I saw this. And they're the best at what they do.
Is there anything like too much marketing?
There's nothing like that. Because if you look at, you know, Anna Coca-Cola, Anna Nike, all these big brands, every single time you will see they are in your face. And it depends how hungry you are as an individual. If you say there's too much, I remember earlier on when I started business, ndaibanwa muma WhatsApp group. Kuti please, chimbotauro zvimwe. All you are talking about is make the weather behave every single time.
Yeah.
But trust you me, it subconsciously went into people's minds.
Oh, yeah.
And a year or two down the line, when they then needed our product and service, when it was winter or summer when it's hot, they were like, ndakambotumirwa poster. Let me check in my gallery.
Now they want you. Now they're looking for you.
And then they call you. Yeah. But then wakanyara, you know, a lot of people, vanonyara, they hustle. If you're doing it and you're proud of it, remember, that's what puts money on the table. So you have to be very aggressive. This is one of the major reasons why businesses close. Because I partner that aggressiveness, and this is why people will constantly fail. Be unapologetically proud about your hustle.
So with the aggressiveness, is there a point where you say, let me stop here with the aggressiveness you're marketing? Because you can do all social media, and then you can also get people who sneeze on your behalf, like
True.
the word of mouth. And then what are you doing personally? Because you've got the billboards and the posters doing the work for you.
True.
And then you've got people speaking on your behalf and, word of mouth.
Yeah.
Inini, as the founder of the business, or maybe I am the business, what am I doing? What part am I playing?
Okay, so it's so important, and we've spoken about this so many times. What's the first thing that comes to people's minds when they mention your name? And it's so important. We've spoken about this, and it's important you are identified by a product or a service that you specifically do. Remember, we spoke about Mai Rebecca Chisamba. Automatically, uchida usingade, unotonzwa, chatruka chakato, you know the phrase,
exactly.
right? If you think of, I could mention many names. If I say Bob Marley, if I say Alec Macheso, Oliver Mtukudzi,
Right, something,
automatically, that's the, So what is it that people think about when they hear your name? And that's what we need to work on, the first thing, as an individual. So there are people who say, George, in interest, social media is wrong. Okay. Number two, you can use influencers. So what we've done at Pro Air, we've engaged so many influencers to make funny commercials, marketing our product, kuchipisa kuchitonora vanhu vari kurwisana mota, getting the knowledge out there. So if you keep putting poster, it gets irritating. People are like, no, we know what you do. But a little creativity makes people inquisitive. That's why you see these comedians, but at the end. Because it's nice, it's
they're
funny.
driving the message
They're
home.
driving at the
You're
end
engaging.
of it. This is what they were selling. So there's so many different ways to market. And I've got a group of young mentees of mine who are saying, no, it's still my introvert. But there are many ways to engage people to like your product. But the key basic thing is you need to market your product. I'm so proud of, we've got people here locally in the country.
Yeah.
Philip Mataranyika, a legend in his field, right?
Yeah.
But you see him as big as he is, still, up until today. So who are you, Wakatanga Nezuro, thinking that, and it's a little knowledge there, it's a little about your business there. A little, there's a reason why people follow certain people.
True.
So be followed and be identified for being the solution in your specific field by being unapologetically proud about what it is exactly you do. So lack of marketing, I can guarantee you your business will shut down in less than 5 years. Wakazara nestock. Opetsera wakuzoita sale and you don't get the value of the products that you got them initially for because of lack of marketing. So it's important. If you can't do it, engage somebody who can assist you. And that will uplift your business. And like we spoke, number 4, first-time entrepreneurs. The reason why businesses fail, you're the first-time entrepreneur. I remember I spoke about this on our very first interview. What made me become George Billionaire, multi-award winning entrepreneur? I purposely surrounded myself with people who knew what I didn't know. So I did not have financial intelligence, and I told her last week. I didn't have it. I didn't know.
On you. You learned.
I went and asked, what should I do with this money? Because instinctively, I don't know, tenga Mercedes, GLE 63, AMG, and but then lack of financial intelligence will cause you to fail because you're going to immediately focus on self-gratification and you've arrived. And guess what? That's what's going to cause your downfall because that car is not an asset. It's actually a liability, and you're using that money instead of growing your business. So first-time entrepreneurs don't have the knowledge that they need for them to grow. So it's so important, surround yourself with people, mentors. I cannot emphasize this. I could never ever be who I am today
without those mentors,
without the many people that I surrounded myself with. I served them for a long time. I understood them, and I've always said this. It's not what they said to me, but it's how they treated themselves around their workers, how they focus on the most important things. They don't go for the latest, this, that, and the other. They make sure that they're growing, they're opening another branch, they're focused, you know. And that's the most important thing. Wow. But first-time entrepreneurs, which are like a majority of the people in Zimbabwe, these are first-line generation entrepreneurs. Before us, before that, Saka, you are the first-line generation entrepreneur. I know everything, I can do it. It's a lie. Go and ask somebody. And, you know, we've spoken about this, asking intelligent questions. You know, what is it that you think I should do with the $1,000? What are your greatest challenges that you faced in your business in your first year?
Yeah.
Success leaves clues. We've said it. So, Usabe, I know it all type of person. You know, be somebody who is focused on learning. We spoke about the sponge effect.
Yeah.
And, you know, and that's one of the things that a lot of people don't do here in Africa. We think but then some of the basic things we'll learn in business is from other people who've gone and done business practically, not the book smart people. Because you'll find majority of successful business owners are not necessarily book smart, but they have a good team that surrounds them, and this is why they are successful in business. And number 5. Number 5, you know, and this is one of the greatest challenges with a lot of businesses in this day and age. You know, I love the word of God. It says that a good name is better than riches. You know, you'll find that in Africa, especially in Africa. Yeah. And I found this with, you know, which is probably why we do business with quite a lot of people. And they support us immensely because we say what we do and we do what we say. Majority of people that you find doing business today are not honest. You know, honesty is the greatest challenge with our generation. You know, you say you'll be there at 10, you don't arrive on time. You know, you say you deliver this, you deliver something else. You know,
if you deliver at all.
See, so our generation is going to fail, and it just takes. You might have been good in so many years in your business, but the one time that you mess up, kusinizirwa kuya kwakanaka kana watadza kutori worse off, and it will tarnish your image, your brand, your product, you know. So it's so important that over deliver when it comes to your product and service.
Let's sit there for a little bit on being honest and over delivering in your product and service. What's our problem in Africa as service providers? Yes, you mentioned the whole being honest thing and or dishonest rather, and it then leads us not to be rebooked for certain things or I'm not ordering from you again. What's our problem?
Our problem is we want to get rich quick and we want to overcharge. We want to do shortcut in business. And this is what then leads for somebody saying, I won't buy from this person because you know what? I thought this product was X amount, and then, you know, or we don't actually deliver when we're supposed to deliver. And this is what then tarnishes. People want, you know, quick returns.
Right.
But business is about relationships. It's about relationships. You find there's some people who've supported us in our business because we've been consistent in our delivery, in our product, in our pricing.
Yeah.
You don't get something that was $100 today, tomorrow it's $250. And then it's unjustifiable. But that consistency is key. A little on a little, and soon God will entrust you with much. But you'll find somebody charging overly absorbed.
Yeah.
And you know, there's no way I'll come back to your shop to buy a product because I'll go somewhere else and then I'll say, I could have bought 2 of these. And it's the exact same product. So it's important we are honest. We give people value for their money because remember, people worked hard for their money. So also provide a good service or a product to the people that goes with their value. But people, especially Africans, we like to overcharge. Tinoda kuvhatangoti ipapo patabatira munhu iye ndizvozvo. Yeah, right. And but there's no relationship there. It's transactional. But business is about relationship. But most of the people are transactional. Once they get what they want, that's that.
They're done.
Even if you say, why is it times 3 the price? The justification doesn't make sense. And trust you me, you're not going to recommend anybody to that shop or product or service. But once you get good value for whatever it is that you're doing, you know, there are fast food outlets wherever they are in the world, due to, you know, the same thing you're getting here is the same thing you're getting there. The quality is the same. And that's giving people good value for their money.
Yeah.
You know, whether you buy electronics, a car, it's good value. And that's what makes people then excel in their businesses. But ipapo, let me make the most that I can. Trust you me, your business will not last and it's going to shut down soon.
Sure.
Also, price, but it's too late.
But it's too late
because
now.
you've already messed up your name and your reputation. So, you know, a fair value, a fair markup. But in the country and the economy that we're in, people, ipapo, but as last because it's not sustainable.
You've given me a lot to think about. 0719 100 404. We have George Billionaire in studio. 717 atumira message akati the guy ari kutaura uyu company yake inonzi chintu dama econ watota business now.
Hala.
Yes, hala. Send us through your messages if you have any questions for Mr. George in terms of doing business in Africa. We just covered why businesses fail. Just a quick rundown. He says businesses in Africa are failing because we don't understand or have business knowledge and we lack focus. You just want to do it and just do it fast. Understand the line of business that you're in, understand the market. And then number 2, he says failing to plan is planning to fail. And we are not planning. This is why businesses end up just lasting my 6 months, my 2 months. Business rakutofara because you did not plan ahead. And then poor marketing. And there's nothing like too much marketing. However, within your marketing, you need to be creative. Be creative with the marketing and have solutions. You are paid for the solutions that you solve, which I will leave you with the question like, how much are you making from the problems that you're solving? Maria wakabata so no problem you are solving. That's man, if you think about it. Okay. Let's move on. On. Number 4, he says, it's because we are first-time entrepreneurs, so it is bound to happen. Don't beat yourself about the bush. Don't beat yourself too much into the bush about it. Oh my gosh, my business has failed. Depression. No, come back, restructure, re-strategize, learn, ask questions. And then number 5, he says, we fail in business as Africans because we are not honest. We are not honest. We just want to make a quick buck. Microwave. Ding. Waita Mari. You did not build any relationship. You don't know if the customer is going to come back. All you are focused on is, I want to make money. I just want money. We'll be right back. This is Capi Talk 100.4 FM, Harare's Heartbeat. It's The Pulse on Hustle Hard with George Billionaire.
The Pulse with Becky K on Capi Talk 100.4 FM.
We have a message here from 2664 and they are saying, Mr. Hilton, that is. He says, hey team. All right, team. Go be sick. You know, that song just came into my head. And I am one of the people who follow George Billionaire, GB. Okay, I like that. I was hoping that he could mentor me, but I sent him a message. Mr. Busy.
Hilton, how are you? Do inbox me again, and I'm sure we'll take it from there. I get so many of these people, you know, asking. But you'll see if you follow me on all social media handles every single day, we are downloading some nuggets, school run diaries. I do post. There's so many videos there on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Okay.
On George Billionaire, which people can actually get mentored to besides actually seeing me in person.
All right, so let's do that recap again because I was about to answer him and then you said it. We've got 4 minutes left. Let's talk about long distance mentoring and success leaving clues.
Yeah,
because they can still learn by watching.
True.
Yes, so let's talk about that.
So people need to understand that in the environment that we are in now, you know, technology is just a click away. And so many people like Hilton come to me and ask, how can I be mentored by you? And you find the questions they ask are things that are up there, uploaded on videos, on many, you know, streams that are there. So it's important to actually do a little bit research of somebody who you want to call a mentor. Find out, read their products, read their books, you know, go through whatever they've been through. You'll find, I remember one of my mentors who became a mentor of mine, I was just like you, Hilton. I went up to him and I asked, say, can you mentor me? And he said, are you serious? And he told me to go and read a book called Think and Grow Rich. And I was like, okay. And it was a 200-page book. So imagine meeting a mentor and immediately he tells you to go and read a book. And I read that book within a week. I went back to him and he says, okay, now what do you want to ask me? Then I said, sir, tell me, what are the greatest challenges you faced in your business career? And he said, go to chapter 5. What did you understand in chapter 5? So basically everything I was asking him
was in that book.
But little did I know I wouldn't have read that book had I not asked him. So that was my question. So sometimes people just want mentorship just for just. But trust you me, there's a lot you can learn by, things that are out there already. There are so many mentors who can mentor you without actually them knowing you. Because there's so much content, information out there, why certain people did what they did, their failures, their successes, the top 10 success principles, etc. So there's so much. And it's not every mentor you're going to get access to. I'm just fortunate and persistent enough that, I will constantly keep knocking on doors of mentors.
The whole time.
If I were you, ultimately, all the people who mentor me now, trust you me, one thing that I did to get favor from them, to them mentoring me, is that I served them before I actually asked for anything. So, if you find something that possibly I don't have, or you see something, say, hey, George, I can do your flyers for you. First seed, first serve. Then ultimately, guess what? In return, I will give you my time and attention. But think of it, Hilton. How many people are asking me, hi, can you be my mentor? And do I have the time in my 24-hour slot that I have for my personal life?
So I can offer a service to you. I can be your personal assistant. I can do the social media stuff for you and get through all those messages coming through. I will respond to Anna Hilton and all.
True that.
See, there we go. So I'll send in through my... Guys, George, how do we get a hold of you, your social media handle?
Right, so my name is George Billionaire Munengwa, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I encourage everybody, if you're not on LinkedIn and you're in business, get on LinkedIn. And on YouTube, same name. So if you follow me, I can guarantee you that if you follow me, your mind will not be okay. I will constantly provoke, inspire, and equip you so that you ultimately can be the best version that God created you to be.
Awesome stuff. Capital Talk 100.4 FM. Becky K is the name. It's 1 o'clock and it's time for the news.
It's The Pulse with Becky K on Capital 100.4 FM.
And now for the news in detail. Good afternoon. I'm Tobegile Spanda. Vice President and Health and Child